Anda menyaksikan Breaking News, kali ini bersama saya Yudi Handoyo. Pemirsa, kita simak pernyataan Presiden Prabowo Subianto dalam acara Forbes Global CEO Conference.
So, I saw this, the importance of doing something. And then I realized that India, their per capita income is less than Indonesia. And yet their leaders had the courage to have free meal program for their children. So I said to my team, I said, if India can do it, why cannot Indonesia? And India, I think, has done it since 2010. And they have put it into their laws that free meal is mandatory for the children. Brazil does this. So when I started planning for this, it was in 2023, I think. And at that time, there were 77 countries that had a free meal program. So I said Indonesia must be the 78th or 79th. So we started planning, and I announced it as my campaign program, and we designed it. And now I'm proud to say, as of a few hours ago, we have now 11,400 kitchens. I think, yeah, 11,400. Yusa, berapa ya? Sorry. 11,900 kitchens. And we are feeding today 35.4 million mouths. So 35.4 million mouths. Yeah, and that's the equivalent of 7 Singapores. So we are feeding 7 Singapores every day. And I think, yes, we have glitches. I think we had food poisoning. But when we counted the number of meals we gave out, the number of food poisonings, I think the statistic is as low as 0.0007, which I think is not, I mean, even one poisoning is not acceptable. But I think in any human endeavor, to have a zero defect or zero accident or zero mistake, I think is very rare in human endeavor, in my opinion. I don't make an excuse. We are determined to make it as near to zero as possible. We increased our oversight, SOPs. We are now buying new equipment, filters for the water, test kits for the food, modern equipment to heat the water, to heat the trays that are being, so we are putting it, trying to increase all the oversight.
Now with these meals, walk us through what it's already doing to the farming community.
Yes, what we find out, you see, because now we send the money straight to the kitchen. We don't go through all these, layers of bureaucracy. We straight, and we have trained, before the whole program, we have trained 32,000 managers. These are all graduates from university, 32,000. We trained them 3 months, and then they are deployed into the villages. And then we have a partnership with local foundations, local groups, and local entrepreneurs. So this is a government and government-private, let us say, partnership, because the foundations, the local groups, some entrepreneurs, they are the ones who build the kitchens and run the kitchens according to our specifications and our SOPs. So one kitchen is designed to provide food to between 3,000 to 3,500, 3,800 children and pregnant mothers. So what happens is, one kitchen will need 3,000 eggs every 2 days or every 3 days. We'll need 3,000 cucumbers, 3,000 carrots, 3,000 tomatoes, 3,000 pieces of chicken, and etc. So what happens is, the local farmers find out, oh, we have a guaranteed offtake for our products. And so they're growing new stuff. We hear a lot of stories, a lot of testimonies. They are building fish ponds, and those in the coastal areas, they increase their fish production. So it's very exciting. What I got a report, and this is from the Rockefeller Institute. I got a visit from a delegation of the Rockefeller Institute, led by Mr. Roy, I think it's Roy Cohen, I think. And they said to me, in their experience, going through many countries in the world with the same program, they said that every $1 spent in the free meal program, the return on the $1 is between $5 to $37. So this is massive. It really encourages me, because my first purpose is to overcome the hunger of the children. That is my first purpose. But in the sense that we put in so much resources to the villages and the poor areas of Indonesia, even the urban areas, even Jakarta has a lot of undernourished children. So, and this, I think, is providing a big boost to the economy, in my opinion. That's the feedback I get.
And you've done programs to increase agricultural output, but also with the 17,000 islands, you also now, amazingly, have a program to improve fishing with the refrigerators and the like. Walk us through how...
Yes, I think Indonesia is basically, we are actually very blessed and very fortunate that 3/4 of Indonesia is actually sea. But the sad thing is, we have not really exploited well this blessing. So basically, in the 80 years of Indonesian history, there has been no real effective program to empower our fishing communities, basically. And this is what we're trying to do. My Minister of Fisheries, he started a pilot project. One model, we make as a model of this, we call this project the Fishing Village Project, Desa Nelayan. So a village consisting of 2,000 fishermen, we will reorganize, give facilities. For instance, many of these villages do not have a simple jetty. So we build a jetty for them. They don't even have ice. So we provide financing so that they can build a small ice producing facility. So every day they go to the sea, they will have ice blocks. And so when they catch the fish will be relatively fresh coming back. So it's simple things like that. Cold storage, when the produce can be stored, and then electricity, solar panels. So all these things, clean clinics for them, good schools for the children. And we find out their testimony, after 1.5 years, 2 years, their earning increased up to 100%, which is amazing. You know, I am myself I'm very surprised. I thought maybe 40%, 50, 100% increase. But for basic things like ice, and then of course facilities for auctioning the fish. So now all the people who need fish, they know, oh, in that village, I can get fresh fish. And if I come early for the auction, I'll get the best. So prices increase, earnings increase. So what we are planning to do is we are planning to replicate that this year, 2026. This year we already start building 65 already. 65 already. And the target will be end of 2026. We are going to build at least 1,000 of these villages all over Indonesia. 1,000, that means it will empower 2 million fishermen. 2 million fishermen with their wife and maybe 2 kids. That's 8 million Indonesians. We hope immediately, I mean after 1 year, their earnings will increase by 100%. And this is our goal, our dream. And I'm very bullish, I'm very optimistic. So we will now get fresh increase of protein from the fishing villages. We will send it to our cooperatives, because I'm also building, we have already established 81,000 village cooperatives. And each village cooperative will have their own warehouse, cold storage, will have their own mini supermarket, their own village drugstore, village clinic, etc., etc., etc. And each cooperative will be given financing to buy 2 trucks. So all their produce will be sent to the market. And there will be no more stories of, sir, our harvest is rotting, nobody's coming, da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, so I think this is going to be, an exciting time for Indonesia. I'm excited, and because I'm seeing this dream, this concept turning into reality as we sit here today.